What's up?
What's up, guys? Long time no see.
Oh
Feels weird
man.
doing videos again. I made this slime with the kids this afternoon. It's called Cloud Slime, and it is the coolest. Zeal's getting mad at me because I won't give him back his slime. But
Oh man. Guys, our boy got in trouble this week.
today,
Oh, actually, yeah, today he got in trouble and we had to lay down the law. That was pretty rough.
yeah,
If you have kids out there, how do you guys discipline your kids? Do you guys throw water on them? Do you guys have them eat hot
kick
Cheetos?
him out of the house.
I can't even joke about hurting kids. I've seen too many news stories lately that just make my stomach
Yeah,
hurt.
he got in trouble at school.
Yeah, he got in trouble at school, so we had to
Just
come
being
up
a
with
little clown,
not like his
but
dad at all.
he's not listening. So
Anyways, welcome to day two. This is May 2nd, 2024.
yeah, it
And as you've
is.
already seen, I've challenged myself to make one video a day till the 18th. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, you do.
Honestly, this is why I did it, Faithy. Like, I think I just wanted to challenge myself to be creative.
Yeah.
And I've always made excuses on, like, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. And I never get to do it because, it's never perfect or it's not exactly how I want it.
Yeah.
And like today, I wish you guys can see tonight's setup. Let's see if I can take a picture. It's crazy. It's a
And the
crazy setup.
laundry all over the living room
Let me see
floor.
if I can take a picture. You'll see a picture right there. Yeah, but you know what? If you don't get it done, it won't get done.
Hey, that's words to live by.
If God won't do it, it just won't get done. Is that not how it goes? Have you seen that video?
I don't know.
No? I'll put it right here.
You're putting a lot of stuff right here.
Anyways, guys, so tonight I just want to do a short video and talk about um, one axiom. You might be asking yourself, what's an axiom? An axiom is the following. And for the past couple of years, for my birthday, I'll ask my wife, see if she knows. What do I do for my birthday?
You do a list of things that you've learned, um, and you do the number of years that you are. That's how many
Yeah,
things you write out that
yeah. And if you see here, I have a lot that I've accumulated throughout the years. And honestly, it's like little things like little life quotes or lessons that I've learned,
yeah.
or
Or sometimes it's funny,
sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's deep,
depending on yeah.
depending on what it is. But, I'm not trying to make it too deep. But really, it's just things that I've learned. And
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have tons of ones that I've written throughout the years. But one that I wanted to talk about that I think is in line with like this month's theme on mental health awareness and etc. If you have been watching the videos that I've been posting lately, yesterday I posted one about just my advocacy or my recommendation of like, man, if you're going through mental health issues,
Yeah.
reach out to someone, get some help. And today I wanted to talk about one of the axioms that I've written in the past couple of years. It's on vulnerability, being vulnerable. And what I wrote down here was that vulnerability is healing. Vulnerability is healing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing, Faithy, that comes to mind, honestly, is when we got married. Around the time that we got married, our story is a little bit different than, honestly, than I thought it would have been growing up. First of all, we were just talking about this recently. Faithy is the first white woman I've ever dated, and she was the first one that I married.
Yep. Yep.
I think you know what I
I'm his
mean.
first wife.
um, no, but like Faithy is definitely a unique person, and that it took Faith's like uniqueness and character and integrity to like really shake me up. Um, I was accustomed to dating a certain type of girl, and when Faithy came around, she really, really got my attention. Not only because she was beautiful, but also because she was really solid in her faith. She spoke life into me. She called me up. She called me out many times. Um, but one thing that I do take that I learned from you, Faith, is being honest, transparent, and vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think that's one character trait that I've carried with me throughout all these years that I learned from you, to be vulnerable. So let me ask you a question. When I say the word vulnerable, which is a funny word to say, what do
Vulnerable.
you think of?
Um, oh man, it's 10 o'clock at night.
I know.
I don't know. I definitely, it's definitely one of my core values, and I think it just comes natural for me to just want to share. So when I hear that word, for me, like if I want to be vulnerable, it's usually from a heart of wanting people to know they're not alone and
Mm,
like showing that I'm a human, I'm going through the same thing that you're going through.
hmm
It's usually always about the other person for me. Um yeah, I don't know. I just I think I hate the opposite side, which to me feels like hiding. Um
Oh, okay. Like, yeah,
because it's
yeah.
like, what are you hiding for? Like,
hmm
we all are going through something.
hmm
We all have we all have something.
hmm
And so I think when someone is the brave person to show up and be like,
hmm
this is me, it gives other people that
Yeah.
courage. And it's not easy though.
Why
Like,
why do you, why don't you think it's easy? Like,
it's not
what are some
easy
reasons people?
because, well, it's like, I think about my mom's group. I've been very vulnerable with them, but usually after a vulnerable moment, there's tears.
Hmm
And, during that moment, there's, oh my gosh, sorry, my brain is like,
10 o'clock.
usually during that moment of vulnerability, there are tears, or there can be.
Hmm
And you feel afterwards a little raw and exposed and dumb.
Yeah.
Usually, after um, I'm vulnerable, after that moment is done, people are gone, I will rethink that moment over and over in my head. What do they think about me?
hmm
Are they not struggling with
Right.
something? What
Right.
if I just exposed myself for nothing? Um, I shouldn't have done that. They were
Yeah.
looking,
Oh
all
my
these
gosh, Faith.
thoughts.
I feel like that every time I go to the therapist, like afterwards, because I'm like,
Interesting.
ooh, did I like talk too much? Did I say too much?
Yeah,
I
it's scary
yeah,
to be seen.
yeah. You know what I think of? This might sound inappropriate or funny or whatever, but there's a show. I don't know if it's still on, but it was on I think the Discovery Channel, or I can't remember. It was called Naked and Afraid, and this show is about dropping off
Seriously.
these two people. Most of the time, it's male and female. They would drop them off in
But
the
naked.
forest or jungle or whatever, but naked. And what's interesting though is like it. First of all, the concept is crazy. Like, what? And they blur things out, and you can't really see anything. But this is what I was thinking. Like, what? Like, talk about being vulnerable. Like, they meet each other, like in the show, like they'll normally meet each other and it's awkward and they're like, huh, it's just an awkward time. But then they have to survive um, for the next couple of days,
Yeah,
and they forget about themselves being naked, really, in a
yeah,
sense. But I was just thinking, like, when we open ourselves to other people, it's almost like being naked. We're
Yeah.
exposing our feelings. We're
Right.
exposing our weaknesses, our pains.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
Right. It's like you open yourself up for someone to come in and they could
Hmm.
hurt you
Right.
or they could
Yeah. This person could be a safe
heal
person.
you.
Ooh. Say it again.
I said they could hurt you or they could heal you.
Thumbnail. No, that's true faith. Anyways, that's I think the reason I wanted to talk about that little life quote or axiom that I wrote. I think when I was 33, and it was like vulnerability is healing. And I think the in context why I wrote that is because it might have been 2 years ago when I wrote it, but at that time it's when I was starting to feel exposed in my health. Like I was
Hmm.
starting to feel out of control
Yeah.
in my body, and I was experiencing a lot of weird symptoms, and I was experiencing a lot of like just things that I had never experienced in my life. And for a moment, I just kind of kept things to myself or like just talked to my wife. But the truth is, like, I needed to talk to other people, and that required me to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that was tough. That was difficult because I'd done a little bit here and there throughout my life, but like Faithy, like talk about being exposed for the past 2 years. Like not only emotionally, but even like physically, having been in the hospital under surgery. Like I'm normally a pretty conservative kind of a guy. You know, I don't really like taking off my shirt or, I'm shy, just weird stuff like that. I don't know if
I'm
anybody else
shy.
I'm shy. I'm just a baby.
I'm just a
Um,
baby.
but this is the truth. Like when you're in that setting, like you can't really hide. Like you got to wear that hospital gown. In fact, when I was healing
Show
after
your
surgery,
cheeks.
when I was healing after surgery, I had to move, get my body moving, and I had to like walk around the floor, and I was wearing the gown backwards, or I think I was wearing it wrong, and my
So
booty
your
was
front was
no, 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 no. What I meant was like I didn't tie the back, and my
Oh,
butt was
oh,
showing, and I was
okay.
just. But you know what? I didn't even care because I'm like, I'm doing this because I want to heal. I'm showing my booty because I want to heal.
That was not
That's
necessary to
not what I was.
heal. You're like, no, I
No,
want to.
seriously. We can.
Please.
No, leave it open. I want the world to see. No, but the truth is, like, what I mean is, like, at that point, like, nothing else mattered to me, but just I wanted to get healed. Seriously, like, honestly, like, the nurses would come and have to change, like, my, like, bandages and things like that. Like, and I would have to just sit there without my shirt. Honestly, I could care less because I wanted to get healed.
Yeah.
And I think in that sense, I know it's silly, guys, but the truth is, when we're vulnerable, when we open up that part, there's healing in that. Now,
Yeah.
there's a
It's
key
true.
though. The truth is though, you can't be open with everyone.
Exactly.
Why?
You got to find safe people.
Not everyone is safe, right?
Nope.
Not everyone can be trusted. And
Yeah.
I think that's a common like mistake that people make, especially when you're young and you're just starting in a relationship or even just like talking to like
Being
not
vulnerable with the wrong
being
people.
vulnerable with the wrong
Yeah.
people. Like you don't have to like it's important to open up to people, but you don't have to open up to everyone.
Yeah. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. In fact, it's not healthy. And yeah, I was just thinking that like there's wisdom in finding the right people. What would you say are the right people to be open to? I would start with number one with God.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like He doesn't already know,
True.
but I think when you open up yourself to God, you're just acknowledging like
Yeah.
God, you see everything in me,
Yeah.
right? Doesn't the psalmist say like, "Search in me, O God, like search my heart,
Yeah.
all the inward, uh, like all my inward parts, like
Yeah.
see me and correct anything that's in me that
Mm-hmm.
is not of you." So that would I would start with the Lord, just being vulnerable with the Lord.
Yeah.
Um, I think number two would be this sounds kind of cheesy and maybe it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my head. Like maybe just being vulnerable with yourself.
What do you mean?
Well, I think just admitting,
Or like honest
being
with yourself?
honest,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, a
just
lot of people like to lie to themselves.
yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
But I think you have to admit. I mean, that's like one of the first steps in like any rehab.
Yep.
You know,
Gotta
being
admit it.
you got to admit. What else, Faithy? Who else is it would be like a safe person or like a
I mean, I think it's different for everyone. You have to find someone who, personally, what I would look for in someone is a person who's not going to throw something back in my face later down the road.
mm-hmm.
So I just kind of
Ooh,
gauge, you know,
yeah, that's
based
good.
off of their track record,
Hmm.
how I see them interact with other people.
Oh man,
If I ever see like turning, like someone turning on another person, I would never even dream of opening up.
no, no, yeah. Ugh. I think I've made the
Yeah.
mistake of opening up to people that were untrustworthy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to define it, Faith. Like characteristics of someone would be someone that can protect you or be a safe space for you, that can be
Yeah.
honest and can keep not a secret, right? But it would be like, yeah,
Well,
so
yeah. I
yeah, I
mean, if
guess
you want someone to keep a secret,
that's true. Yeah. The point is finding someone that you can be yourself and know that at the end of the day you're still loved.
yeah, exactly. There's nothing you could say that would change their mind.
Yeah.
It's like perfect love casts all fear away. When you're perfectly loved and accepted,
Yeah.
there's no fear,
Yeah.
there's no hindrance. You can just completely be yourself.
That's good. Well, I hope this encourages people to kind of like open up. Again, I I didn't mean for the theme to be mental health this month, but and not all the days are going to be on that topic, but I thought it would be appropriate since yesterday I talked a little bit about that. This could be a characteristic for like a leader. This could be for husbands and wives, for individuals, singles, whatever. But there's something really healing about being vulnerable and open and transparent. There's healing in that. There's restoration in that. I've found that for my relationship with my marriage. I've found that in leadership. I found that with my relationship with the Lord. Physically, even like being um, honest with our doctors. There's just something about being open and transparent and not hiding that brings healing. Well, I look forward for the next couple of days as I make videos every day about random stuff. I have
It's gonna be
thoughts
good.
about reviewing some cameras for you guys, talking about what it part two of being married to a white woman.
Part two.
Remember, we did a video a long time ago. We did a
Oh
podcast
my
on being
gosh.
in an intercultural relationship.
Yeah, that was
That was
like
fun.
7
Um,
years ago.
yeah. And we have some pretty exciting news also coming up that we're going to share later on before my birthday. So there's lots of stuff coming up this month.
Oh my
So
gosh,
it's a
yeah.
busy time. I hope this was helpful as we're winding down at the end of the day. The kids are asleep. My wife's about to fall asleep right now, but she's a trooper. She's like, I'll make a video with you. Anyways, I hope this was entertaining. I hope this was helpful also. And remember to like and subscribe and hit that little bell, notification bell, to keep up with my videos. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.